This is video number 3, how to operate your mixer in cold weather. Now, if you got any experience, you know that running around 30 degrees or so, you don't have a whole lot of freeze up problems unless you're driving out on the interstate. But even then, the hose bibs will try to freeze up on you. Now, before I even start here, I'm going to tell you a little secret, and if you work around the Nashville area, you've probably seen me doing this in truck 2071. I take these things, of course it's not cocked open when I do it, but I stick it through the window up to about right here, and then I close the window on it. That keeps these from freezing, because the water doesn't generally freeze in the hose, it freezes wherever we have metal. So what I do is I stick them in there, and you guys will see me. And if you pay attention, you'll see that periodically I'll roll the window down and I'll spray some water. I'm also spraying water into the drum with this valve. And if I sit out there for an hour, which happens sometimes, and I've sprayed a bunch of water in there, when it's my turn to go to get a load, and I spin my drum off real quick. Now, cold weather. You're gonna come in the morning, you're gonna pre-trip, you're gonna do all that stuff. And then you're going to come to it's going to come time to fill your drum, or your water tank, whether it's, you know, ahead of time, or if you wait until you get under the batch plant and you're getting your load, the procedure's the same. You're going to close the valve up there, you're going to fill up your water tank, and if you did a good job of purging your system of all the water, the last shift, water is going to be flowing out of that valve right there. As soon as you see that, you know that this line from there to here is open. So you go ahead and close that. If this valve isn't frozen open, which sometimes it does because of all the wetness on the outside, go ahead and close that. Close these valves if they're not frozen. Now, as soon as water starts flowing into here, that's going to warm up this whole area. And if these are stuck, don't force them and break them. Just let them warm up. If you need to, take the hose out, you know, after you fill up the hose, the tank, take the hose and just spray this area right here, and everything will thaw out instantly. Then go ahead and close these. Now, charge your system. Now on this truck, on this type of truck, you come over here, turn this valve, and it'll start building up air pressure. As soon as you do that, take this valve again, or whatever's on your truck, and open it and listen. Okay, if you're under the plant getting loaded, you're not going to be able to hear it. But what you can do is feel it, and if you're at our plants over here, you're going to have hot water, and this will get warm real fast. Then you know that water is flowing up that line, and that little bit of water that you're spraying is not really going to affect anything, unless, you know, it's a 1 yard load or something like that. But that's another video. Now, once that's done, you're going to take these hoses, your water hoses, one or both of them. This is the bottom one. It's going to be pinned open. Now you can thaw this out, or if you're doing it, you know, the proper way, you would have taken this off at night, put it in the cab, and it's not frozen anyway. But some of these get kind of hard to take them off, so I just leave them on. And what I do is it's stuck open, and let's say it's frozen in that position. So I only have 2 hands, so I'm going to set this down. And I reach down here while I'm holding that. I turn it on, and if all went well last night, when I blew everything out, water's going to start coming out of here. If it doesn't, then I grab the water hose that I was filling the tank with, and I hose that down real good, and all of a sudden, water will start coming out. Then I unpin it, like so, and then I stick them in the window, like I said at the beginning of the video. Now, once you've done that, once you got both, if you have 2 hoses like I do, once you get that done, you pull out of the plant, you do your little wash down, and you're going to head to the job. You're going to keep those hoses in the window so that the bibs don't freeze. And while you're driving to the job, anytime you can stop, like at a stoplight, stop sign, turning onto a side street, whatever, any place that you find that you can do this, try to do it every 5 minutes or so. Spray some water through your hose until the bib gets hot in your hand, and then you know that everything's warmed up. Do the same, add a little bit of water to the drum about every 5 minutes. Now, generally in the winter time, the loads are a bit on the dry side anyway, and if you batch at the Mount Juliet plant, they're dry every time. Anyway, just playing. Anyway, this will keep your system from freezing up on you. Now, if this valve right here freezes up, if this line gets to where you can't put any water in, as long as you keep one of your water hoses from freezing up, you can take this one and you can spray that and get everything working. I have literally had that one freeze up between the Callan Street plant and Shelby Avenue, going to a job. It's already stuck. I mean, the system, it's not all frozen up, but it's to the point where I can't open that valve. So when I get off at one of the streets like Demumbrian or something like that, when I'm at the stoplight, I open the door, take my hose, spray that. It's free. I run a little bit of water into the drum, and then everything's good again. Now, throughout the day, you will keep the system charged unless you've used up so much water that all you have is a little bit in here. When you get back to the plant, get over here, discharge the system, get some water. But aside from that situation, you're going to keep the tank pressurized all day long. The only time you'll depressurize is when you get under the plant to load. As soon as you see your number, discharge the water, the air out of the tank so that it'll be ready when you get over there under the plant. Fill up your tank and then charge it up again. Now, while you're sitting in the yard, you know, if it's 10 or 15 degrees, every 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to need to spray some water through your hoses, and you're going to need to run a little bit of water into the drum. This will keep the system from freezing up on you. Now, every company that operates in cold weather has this problem. If you'll follow this procedure, we'll be the only company around that doesn't have that problem. And all of our customers will love us. Now, I'm not telling you this is the way to do it. I'm telling you this is the way I do it. And if you guys notice, and gals too, you never see me show up on the job with my stuff frozen up. I'm not saying it can't happen, because it can, but I don't think you've ever seen it happen. In fact, I know you haven't. So, with that said, this is easy, okay? And it doesn't matter that this is an Oshkosh. I've got another video that covers the Terex. It's the same procedure. It's just slightly different because it uses a valve, a push button inside that actuates the water to put into the drum. But it's the same procedure. Everything is the same. It's just different controls in your truck. So, that said, try it out. Yeah, it's foreign right now because you haven't been doing it, but I learned it. I figured it out. I listened to other people and I said, I don't know it all. So I listen to other people, I try out what they have to say, and if it works, it works. What I've explained in this video is a culmination of several people that I've learned from over the years. So, thank you. Have a good day.